What's going on, guys? So today's Friday and we are gonna be starting the cars today. Most likely, because, well, it depends, because USPS is delivering packages right now to my house. Well, they're on the way. So if it does come, for sure, because sometimes USPS fuck up and lag, then we can start the car today. And I got these from Summit Racing. I was saying Summit Racing, they ship so fast, so got that. But this right here, on the other hand, you guys see that? From 5 Mart in Japan. So that finally came in, and I'm really happy to see what it is. Well, I already know what it is, but I'm really happy to see it. Not the movie It, but yeah, this box. But I'll probably say that for a different video, and yeah, so that's something new for the car. Pretty expensive, but whatever. But these two boxes are the main thing. These are my fuel fittings. So let me crack them open real quick and show you guys. And if you guys aren't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Let's try to get to 15K by the end of the year or something. I don't know. I don't really have goals. Alright, this. Okay, this is one of my fittings. Here's the other one. I was like, why is there only one? I apologize in advance for my voice or my nose, because I'm still sick. But I gotta work on my car. Being sick doesn't stop it. These are what I ordered. This fitting right here is a -6, and then you see that little hole right there is a 1/8 MPT fitting, so I can put a fuel pressure gauge on it. And then this right here is a -6 to a, I mean -6 to a -6. What is it? Female to female? No, yeah, female to female for a fuel filter, and got this one too. This is a -6 to a dash. Yeah. Okay, but that's there. Oh, they only gave me a sticker in one of the boxes. We're battling out with Summit Racing right down there. Alright, so I got more boxes. This right here I'll open up later. One thing I actually need to do before I start working on the fuel lines is push the car out a bit, because I need to take off my contact ice box, which is this right here. I need to take off the whole snorkel too, or the velocity stack for it. And my friend's coming to pick it up. I told you guys that I already sold it, and it's already sold. Yeah, and after that we just gotta fuck with the throttle cable a bit, and then we'll see if since in the last video I was opening the butterflies on the throttle bodies, and it wasn't opening all the way, probably because the piece on the firewall was loose, so it wasn't like causing good tension. But now I plugged it back up, so hopefully it's fine. I'm just gotta test it out in a bit. So yeah, I'm gonna just push the car out though and take that off. So I got my ice box off. I didn't want to show you guys, just 2 bolts. It's really easy, and so that's what it's gonna look like. Now there's gonna be no intake, so I gotta reroute this O2 sensor extension harness. Wow, there's like no intake. That's just funny. Okay, so now I'm gonna be doing my fuel lines, and I feel like before I start the fuel lines, I should check out the throttle cable again and make sure the butterfly's open all the way. And then what else? Yeah, so for those that don't know, this is not an air, well, I mean, it is an air box, but someone thought it was like an OEM air box. It's not. It's a contact ice box. So it has a giant snorkel or velocity stack that goes all the way down, and it feeds air, and then this funnel right here sits right here. So you have a like 992,000 pump or a COS pump like mine. It's pretty cool. It feeds cold air into the intake. But it's already sold. My friend's coming over to pick it up right now, and yep. So peace out, icebox. Nice. I got this actually from one of my subscribers, like locally. I think Elm Street on Instagram. So thank you for that. It did its job, but time to let it go. Sorry, but yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna take off the ITB again and do the throttle cable real quick. And after that, I actually did go to Home Depot to pick up washers, so we'll space that out also with where is my bag at. Alright, I'll find it later, but yeah, I'm gonna do the throttle cable real quick and then see if the butterfly opens up all the way. I'll take the ITBs off, and just to show you guys my fuel return line, it's a -6 with a 45 down all the way to the fuel return hole down there. So yeah, I wanted to do it like out here, but it looked too cluttered, so I kind of tucked it away and made sure it didn't touch the linkages down here. But yeah, it's good. Current problem, I took this off now, but my throttle cable does work, but I could only get the butterfly to open around like 60%. It won't open up 100%. So I've been reading online, doing some research, which is how I learned how to do a lot of stuff. If you guys don't know, they say that you could cut there's like a pedal stop to make it open so the pedal goes even further down, or you could bend the pedal upward. So I think I will figure that out last, but at least the throttle cable does work. It opens up at least 60%, 65%. So I'm gonna put that on. If anything, last resort is the throttle cable doesn't work, but we don't need the throttle cable to have the car started. So I'm just gonna do the felines right now and then worry about the throttle cable last. And one last thing is this right here. It already has like a little dent in it. I feel like it might get in the way of that stud, so we'll have to see how that works as I do this. So hopefully it's okay, but we'll see. All right, ran into a problem. I test fitted the manifold again because of that was the one bracket that gets in the way, and this this stud is way too long. So what I'm actually gonna do is either get a smaller stud or take that one off and cut it, because that stud is way too long, and hopefully I can still fit a nut on it, and most likely I can if I trim it down. I have a lot of space, but yeah, so I guess I'm gonna pull that stud out, cut it, and then put the manifold back on, and then mount everything back on, and then do my fuel lines. Sorry if I'm like hopping back and forth because of like it just like I just want to get the car or get this all on and then start it, but I'm still waiting for USPS to come. And the one thing that's holding me back from having the manifold sitting flush is that bracket, or I mean not bracket, is that stud. So I got to take that stud off, and yeah, so looks like we'll do that right now. You guys can see I have the gasket on top and it's touching that, so I'm gonna trim it down a bit, probably like not even half an inch, less than that. I'm just gonna keep trimming it down, and then we'll reuse the stud. And people that ask or haven't asked it, but this is a Honda thermal gasket. Now the benefit about these is that they're reusable. They don't stick onto your intake manifold where you gotta scrape it off all the time, and that gets so fucking annoying after some time. So this is a Honda thermal gasket. They're not that cheap. I think they're like 30-40 bucks. Worth it in my opinion, but they are slightly thicker. So if you have short studs, then they probably will be an issue, because on this one it's a lot thinner than, well, besides this one, on this portion it's a lot thinner compared to the OEM ITR manifold. And yeah, but we'll make it work. We're just gonna trim this down slowly. I'm gonna be using my bench grinder and grinding it down. This right here, I finished grinding down the stud. This is the perfect length where it barely clears out, but I'll still be able to get a bolt on it or nut on it. And it does go on. Oh fuck, shit's still hot. Ah, shit's hot. A while back, like when I used to grind down studs and stuff, like it'll never thread in, but I figured out a way on how to, like, what is it, grind down studs on a bench grinder and make it work. All you have to do is, I don't know if you can see that. So there's the top. See how it swirls down? Right over here, you have to notch it into that. You have to make a little opening so the nut could thread in. And once you make an opening, of course, the thread in and out. So, yep. Now I'm gonna put this back in and mount it up and put the throttle cable on and do the fuel line. Good news, my pigtails came in for the what is it, injectors. Now, hopefully these fit. So where's my, okay, that works. What about on my harness though? Shit. Guys, we are set. We can fucking start the car today. So let me do the fuel line real quick though. I gotta do the fuel line before we start it. And the vacuum, of course. The vacuum's easy. I just gotta plug the hoses up and it's straight. And just gotta space out the block, but the injector clips fit. So that's always fun. The best feeling ever, you know? Whenever you guys get into that feeling, but it just feels good, I'm saying. Alright, I miss Bernard. Bernard, if you're watching this, like, you gotta be in the video, man. Like, it's not fun without you. I'm also working on my car by myself, so it's like, I can't really, like, there's nobody around me, so. All right, I'm gonna take off that plug again, and then that stud down there fits, so that is good. Now the manifold, or the ITB, or the manifold, whatever, sits flush. Now, to do the fuel line, and we'll be fucking set. I got all my fittings that I got in the mail today. First one we're gonna be putting on to the Peripheral is this one. This is a -6 with a 1/8 MPT thread for a fuel pressure gauge, which I'm gonna be putting right here. So we'll thread that in right there. And the next one that goes on, that's a bag in a bag. It's like bagception. What the fuck? Oh my god, that's fucking long. And then my fuel filter goes right here. So I decided not to put the fuel pressure gauge right here. I felt like it was gonna stick out too much, but right here is fine. I think I'm just buying the fitting for the -10 back there for a fuel pressure gauge at the end. And yeah, hey, got down. Now I'm gonna run a 90 or probably a 180. I could do 180 so it goes back right here into there, or I'll probably just do 90 and then keep it simple and clean. So yeah, we're just working on it. That looks kind of ridiculous, but I mean, it does its job. Quick little update. So I decided to use a 90 right here, left this right here, and put that 1/8 MPT fitting down there for the fuel pressure gauge. So I'm gonna run the fuel pressure gauge down here. So it's a little tucked away, and then it's gotta make the line, and it should be good. Then disconnect all of it, and then put the throttle cable back on, wire up the TPS and the outer intake air temp sensor, and then and then we should be good to start it. Bam! Fuel pressure gauge is down there. I put it right here because driver's side, I mean, you got the driver's side, you can see right here. So that's the spot of where it's gonna be at. And I needed that so I could adjust this fuel pressure regulator, because I'm not sure where it's set at when I got it from the original or the old owner. So now I gotta make the lines, and the fuel setup should be good. Current update. Wow, it is so bright. I am looking up diagrams right now, just making sure it's the right one so I can wire up my TPS sensor. So I got wired up to this plug for the TPS that's on the ITBs. So just gotta cut that off or de-pin them and put the pins in there. Hopefully they fit. But just looking at it, trying to find the right one so I make sure I don't fuck up when I do it. So there's just so many like threads on it. I'm just trying to find the right one. 2-pin signal, 5 volt. Alright, so I'm gonna give it a shot and see what happens, and then test it out real quick. So my TPS sensor on the new plug that they gave me, the TWM one, is wired up. Now I just have to plug everything back in. I notched the throttle cable bracket, so now it's sitting more down, and now whenever I press the throttle, there's a, it doesn't rub against this. And I flipped that around, so it's okay, but the throttle still doesn't open up 100%. So I need to do some adjustments inside over there with the pedal, but I can do that after I have this all mounted up. And might add a little bit more tension on this, try to get the most out of the pedal. Yep. And now I'm just gonna mount it all up. This is all mounted up already, so I just gotta mount up the lines, and we should be able to turn on the car. It is a bit messy right now because I am just gonna be testing it. All the injectors are plugged in, and all the vacuum plug in, map sensor, fuel filters all tying down, and fuel return line is done. Now brake booster is in there too. It was barely hanging on, but we're gonna try to start the car. So I just gotta plug in my battery real quick and try to crank it over, and if it stays on, it stays on. All right, so my battery's plugged in, and I had to clean up the top just to make sure there was nothing that could get in here. So now I'm just gonna prime it real quick and check for leaks. That's the main thing. So let's prime it real quick. Yeah, fuck. Ow. Ow. So far, I don't hear any leaks. Normally if there's a leak, I can hear it. Let's do that again, one more time. No checking your lights, so that's good. Any leaks? no leaks, and it holds pressure. It looks like that 35 psi, so I might need to bump up the pressure on the fuel pressure regulator. So, all right. No promises that it won't start. As you guys can see, the car starts. I had to turn off the car because I forgot there was no coolant. But yeah, I had a little leak right here, but I fixed that already, and the gauge was holding at 40 psi, so this radiator is good. I just need to tighten this down so it doesn't spin. So what I'm gonna do now, or like probably tomorrow, clean up the vacuum lines. They're just all everywhere because I'm just testing it, see if it turned on. Clean up the fuel lines, or the harness, and then yeah, everything else is good. The map sensor, I gotta find a spot for it because it's just chilling like that. And yeah, the car stays on. The auto's a bit rough, and the car's running rich. I was so focused on the Instagram live, so I'm sorry you guys. Like I was recording the AFR. The AFR is around like 10 and 9, so it's running really rich right now, and I just gotta get it tuned. But besides that, everything's fine. I just gotta bleed the system, bleed the coolant system, review some of the vacuums and stuff, and then yeah, I'm just gonna tidy it up tomorrow when I'm off. But for now, like, I probably sound sick, but I'm just hungry, so I ate breakfast, but I didn't bother like eating after that. It's like 3 o'clock now because I was so focused on do this. Whenever I get down on my car, I just forget. But yeah, the car starts, so really happy about that. Now I can just relax today. Just probably edit this video and upload it for you guys. But like, comment, subscribe if you're not. Stay tuned for when I get the car tuned and see how much more power it makes compared to before. And yeah, so fucking happy. All right, I need some food though. Peace out. Peace out.